Mr. Smith, you are Chair of ANZ's Digital Business and Technology Committee and a member of the Risk Committee. You have overseen a period where Australians are losing billions to digital scams. ANZ has suffered repeated app and online outages. ANZ is closing branches and pushing regional and vulnerable customers onto unsafe, fragile, digital-only channels. You also sit on the board of PEXA, a near-monopoly digital settlement platform with a history of outages, which ANZ is a major customer and user. ASIC is seeking a $240 million penalty for non-financial risk failures in this area, in areas tied to this technology and systems that your Digital Business and Technology Committee oversees. With ANZ forced acceleration into digital, bank branch closures and reduced cash access, why should shareholders trust your judgement? You also live in the United States and hold multiple roles there. Is ANZ just a side gig for you?
So if I can initially answer those questions, Jeff's actually made a very important contribution to some of the issues we talked about. It was his technology background and knowledge that helped us assemble the people who did the strategic review of our ANZ Plus technology that concluded it is very much fit for purpose, but that we needed to change the way in which we're implementing it. Jeff's also been a key advisor to us on other major technology projects. For example, we are a leader in payments and cash management in Australia. In fact, we've added $60 billion to the amount of payments that go through that business in the last 5 years, and that we believe we got a technology lead in that area. He's also clearly in a position to help us with the major transformation in technology underway in New Zealand. That's, of course, along Jeff's general contribution to the issues I've talked about, such as the Suncorp acquisition, the refreshing of the board. In terms of branches, the reality that every bank faces in Australia is that there's been an almost 80% decline in transactions undertaken in branches over the last 5-6 years. In fact, 96% of transactions today are done outside of a branch. Only 5% of Australians actually rely on a branch for their banking. We understand how important they are, and we've given a commitment not to close regional branches or to close Queensland branches for a period. But this is an industry issue we have to face, and I don't think you can hold Jeff to account for those activities. Jeff is based in the United States, but he also has worked in Australia, he has family in Australia, he is an Australian citizen. And part of his commitment to joining the board was that he would spend considerable time here, and he does, as witnessed by his appointment to the PEXA board. He's a real asset for the bank. Most banks are now realizing that financial services is a technology arms race, and having a board member with a deep background in technology is very important. So we are very appreciative of having Jeff on the board. Jeff, is there anything you wanted to add to my response?
No, just to reinforce, I am committed to ANZ in supporting. I made 9 trips last year for all the board meetings. I have a son that lives here and interests here. So I think that for me, you're getting a commitment to also bring technology expertise from the U.S., which happens to be where we source a lot of our technology from.
I should add, sorry, Mark, I should add, of course, that we get a free kick because he's based in the United States. So Jeff's got an involvement in a number of significant circles in the US on technology, so we actually bring that knowledge to the board. And the last bit I just wanted to mention briefly, of course, anyone we appoint to the board has to go through a fit and proper assessment, and so regulators have the opportunity then to ask any questions about their appointment. So everyone who we appoint to the board has been through that process.
This bank wouldn't have any issue then with supporting a public bank that established real branches through the post office footprint?
We've actually recently made ANZ available at Bank at Post, actually, as part of the response to your question.
I think you were forced to that, weren't you?
On national policy issues, Michael, I'll defer to your advocacy in Canberra.